And that brings us to our next question. The question that I have for you next is, what do you see as the 3 areas that Yorktown is going to have the most problems with over the next term, no matter who wins?
Oh, the first one I just mentioned, financial. Shrinking revenues, 2% property tax cap, increased expenditures, budget deficits. We need to plan out 5 years and see where we're going to be. You can't live day to day, paycheck to paycheck. I think that is the primary problem that we're going to have. And I think the only way to deal with that is you have to make tough decisions. You have to cut expenses. You have to find alternative sources of revenue. I'm on the Business Development Council for the Chamber of Commerce. I'm also a longtime member of the Chamber of Commerce. I'm on the board of the Chamber of Commerce. So naturally, our interest is in promoting commerce. I just initiated a Buy Local, Buy Yorktown program, which people have been very responsive to, and I broke it down to the point where if each person bought $25 worth of merchandise in Yorktown a month that they never purchased before, it will translate to $350,000 a month annually in additional revenue for merchants. So what we need to do is encourage responsible business development, okay, which is a twofold benefit. In other words, a Costco going in, for sake of argument, where the Yorktown Motor Lodge is going to pay substantially more taxes than the Yorktown Motor Lodge. It's also going to create jobs. Barry Ross, the Mohegan Motors, his putting on an additional building to separate Audi, from Volkswagen, will create 10 to 12 new jobs. I mean, they say 10 to 12 new jobs, that's not a lot, but every journey starts with one step. 10 to 12 jobs might be 10 to 12 people in Yorktown that are out of work, that are having trouble paying their taxes, and might be able to become a little more solvent based on having a job. So that's my feeling. That's one aspect of it, is creating jobs and creating new businesses. We've got 202, a commercial corridor that is half empty. People say, well, there's varying schools of thought. People say, well, let's just fill those empty buildings. Well, maybe there's no more car dealerships. Maybe we need to put a box store there. Maybe the time has come where people are more concerned about their taxes increasing than they are about additional traffic. And we're also addressing the additional traffic every time we talk with a potential new person bringing a business to Yorktown about connecting the Bear Mountain extensions. So we're not just propagating business development without responsibility. And there's a lot of talk about regulations. Everyone says, oh, it's too many regulations, it's too many regulations. Regulations are not local. They're county, state, and federal. And everyone turns their cheek and says there's nothing we can do about that. Well, you know what? 3-4 years ago, when Great Ball first proposed property tax cap, everyone said that'll never happen. So there is, in this economic environment, there is the opportunity to put pressure on our county, state, and federal legislators to change some of these unfunded mandates, some of these perhaps outdated regulations that are strangling businesses, causing towns to go bankrupt. It's not a total, oh, we can't do anything about it. There's always something that can be done about it. It's just a matter of doing it.